Hello and welcome to Community Conversations, the show where we discuss the big questions about how we live. Today we have a very interesting topic. Is it better for our happiness and well-being to live in a large, diverse city or in a smaller, homogeneous community? In a homogeneous community, people often share similar backgrounds and values. To argue for the benefits of the diverse city, we have Leo. Leo is a graphic designer who moved to a major metropolitan area 5 years ago and feels it has changed his life for the better. And to share the perspective of a close-knit community, we have Emily. Emily is a teacher who lives in the town where she grew up and deeply values its traditions. Leo and Emily, thank you both for joining us today to share your experiences.
Thank you for having me, Sarah. I'm excited to talk about this. For me, living in a diverse city is an enriching experience that prepares you for the modern world. The first thing you notice is the incredible cultural richness. You can walk down my street and hear 3 different languages being spoken in just a few minutes. It's a daily reminder of how big and interesting the world is. And let's talk about the food. The variety is simply amazing. One night I can eat authentic Vietnamese pho from a family that has passed the recipe down for generations. The next night, I can go to a classic, family-owned Italian restaurant that feels like it's straight out of a movie. This variety is not just delicious, it's also educational. Beyond food, there are cultural festivals almost every weekend. We have celebrations for Diwali, Chinese New Year, and Carnival, all open to the public. This brings me to my second point, personal growth. When you meet people from different backgrounds, people with different religions, from different countries, or with different economic situations, it challenges your own views. You quickly learn that your way of seeing the world isn't the only way. It makes you more open-minded and understanding. It teaches you tolerance and empathy in a very practical, everyday way. Finally, there is the simple fact of opportunity. Diverse cities are centers of economy and innovation. There are more job opportunities in many different fields, from technology to the arts. They also offer more choices for education. There are multiple universities, specialized colleges, and professional courses available, and the social opportunities are endless. There are museums, concerts, sports teams, and clubs for every possible interest. You can always find something to do and people to meet who share your passions. For me, the city is a place of endless learning and opportunity. It feels like being connected to the whole world.
Thank you, Leo, for that passionate opening. Emily, let's hear your perspective.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate Leo's points about excitement and variety. However, I believe that living in a homogeneous community provides a sense of safety, trust, and belonging that is essential for a truly happy life. My main point is about the strong sense of community that you feel in a smaller town. In my town, you know your neighbors. People say hello on the street not because they have to, but because they genuinely know you and care. If someone is sick, people organize to bring them food and help with their shopping. You don't even have to ask. This creates a powerful support system. You feel like you are part of something bigger than yourself. You feel like you belong. My second point is about shared values and traditions. When people have similar backgrounds and values, it's much easier to agree on how the community should be run. For example, we all agree on the rules for our public parks, which keeps them clean and safe for everyone. Our school policies are easier to decide because we generally agree on what's important for our children's education. Community traditions are also very important. Every year, the whole town celebrates the annual Founders Day festival together. These shared experiences connect us across generations and make life feel more stable and predictable in a good way. My final argument is about safety and trust. This is perhaps the most important point for me. A shared culture and understanding of the world builds a very high level of trust. We trust each other because we understand each other. We have a shared idea of what's right and wrong. This leads to a wonderful feeling of safety. I don't worry about my children playing outside with their friends until the evening. We all look out for each other's kids. This peace of mind is invaluable. The excitement of the city is nice, but the deep feeling of trust and belonging in a community is, for me, much more important for a happy life.
Thank you, Emily. You both have presented very compelling visions of community. Let's move into our discussion. Emily, I'd like to start with you. Leo described the city as a place full of connection and culture. But many people find big cities to be anonymous and lonely. How does your community experience compare to that common criticism of city life?
That's an excellent question. I agree that cities can be deeply lonely places. You can be surrounded by millions of people but feel completely alone. In my town, you're never just a face in the crowd. People know your name, they know your family, they know your story. There's a history there. When I talk to my neighbor, I know that her mother was my mother's friend. That shared history makes our friendships and our daily interactions stronger and more meaningful. It's a feeling of being truly known.
Thank you, Emily. Leo, let me turn to you. Emily raises a powerful point about trust and safety, which she links to shared values. Do you feel you're missing that in a diverse city? How do you build trust when everyone is so different?
That's a fair point, and trust is absolutely important for everyone. However, I believe that trust is built between individuals, not based on shared backgrounds. Trust comes from getting to know someone personally, by observing their actions and understanding their character over time. In a city, you learn not to judge people based on where they come from, what they look like, or what religion they follow. You have to trust them as individuals. I trust my neighbor because he's a kind person who has helped me, not because we went to the same school. Also, I think sameness can sometimes create an us versus them mentality towards outsiders. Diversity forces you to see everyone as an individual, which I think is a stronger basis for real trust.
That's a very interesting way to look at it. Now, I want to ask about something that's on many people's minds when they choose a place to live. This is a key question for many people. Which environment do you think is better for raising children? Emily, you mentioned your children playing outside. Could you expand on your view?
For me, the answer is clear. A smaller, stable community is better for raising children. It gives children a strong, secure foundation. They grow up with the same group of friends, which gives them stability in their social lives. They're surrounded by adults, teachers, neighbors, shop owners, who know them and share the same core values. This consistency helps them feel safe and confident as they grow up. The world is complicated and changing so fast. I believe a child's home and community should be a place of simplicity and security.
Thank you, Emily. Leo, how would you respond to that?
I respect that point of view, but I see it differently. I believe a diverse city is the best education a child can have. It prepares them for the real world, which is global and multicultural. My children's best friends are from different parts of the world. One family is from Brazil, another is from South Korea. They learn from a very young age that people eat different foods, celebrate different holidays, and have different perspectives, and that this is a good and normal thing. It teaches them tolerance, curiosity, and respect naturally, without me having to give them a lecture about it. It gives them a global mindset from the beginning, which I believe is essential for their future success and happiness.
We're coming to the end of our time. I'd like to give you both a moment to share your closing thoughts. Leo, please begin.
Living in a diverse city has made my life richer in every possible way. I've learned so much about the world and, more importantly, about myself. The energy, the culture, and the opportunities are incredible. While challenges like loneliness and building trust exist, the benefit of connecting with people from all walks of life is immense. It teaches us that we're all part of a larger human family. It's an experience I wouldn't trade for anything, and I truly believe it's the future.
Thank you, Leo. And now, Emily, your final thoughts.
A strong community is the foundation of a good life. It's something humans have always needed. The feeling of safety, of knowing you can truly depend on your neighbors, is priceless. In my town, we share our joys, like weddings and new babies, and we share our problems, helping each other through difficult times. This creates a deep sense of belonging that you simply can't find in a busy, anonymous city. For those who value stability, trust, and deep human connections, a homogeneous community offers a wonderful and fulfilling way to live.
Thank you, Leo and Emily, for a thoughtful and respectful discussion. You've both given us a lot to think about. It seems the right choice clearly depends on what a person values most: the new and varied, or the familiar and stable. That's all the time we have for Community Conversations. Join us again next week. Good evening.